Today we're going to do something a little different. We're zooming in on just one thing, a single incredible photograph of the highest place on Earth, captured from a viewpoint that is, quite literally, out of this world. Let's take a look.
Just take a second and soak this in. This is not a computer rendering. It's not some artist's beautiful painting. This is the real deal. A portrait of Mount Everest taken from way, way above the sky. It's a view that almost none of us will ever get to see with our own eyes.
It's absolutely breathtaking, right? But it immediately makes you ask the question, how on earth do you even get a shot like this? How do you photograph the top of the world from space?
To answer that, we have to start with the photographer's perch. To really get this photo, first you need to understand the incredible platform it was taken from.
The story really begins with this number, 419 kilometers.
What's that? Well, that's the altitude of the International Space Station as it's zipping around our planet. It is the ultimate high ground, the vantage point for an astronaut taking part in probably one of the most exclusive photo shoots in the entire solar system.
Okay, so we've covered the where, now let's get to the what. It's time to formally introduce the work of art at the very center of all of this.
And here it is again. It has an official NASA designation, ISS 066-E-86253. By giving it its proper title, we can start treating it less like just a picture and more like what it really is, a key piece of scientific evidence.
So what exactly are we looking at? To really understand the image, we first have to deconstruct its main subject, the roof of the world itself.
The peak, right there at the heart of this image, stands at a staggering 8,848.86 meters. That's nearly 9 kilometers straight up from sea level. It is, officially, the highest point on planet Earth.
Now, this iconic summit isn't just sitting there all by itself. It's part of the massive Qinghai Tibetan Plateau, straddling the border between Nepal and China. This entire region is so incredibly elevated that it's often just called the roof of the world.
But here's what's truly amazing. Everest isn't static. It's a living mountain. It's still growing by about 1 centimeter every single year.
The reason for that growth? It's a process called tectonic uplift. You've got the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates in this super slow-motion collision, and as they converge, the planet's crust is forced skyward, literally pushing Everest higher and higher.
But this mountain, man, it's so much more than just rock and ice. It's a place of legend, steeped in human drama. It holds these deep mysteries, like the famous 1924 disappearance of climbers George Mallory and Andrew Irvin. They just vanished into the death zone, leaving behind a question that we still ask to this day. Did they actually make it to the summit?
Okay, so we know the subject and we know its story. But how is this specific image captured? Let's dissect the anatomy of the shot itself.
The photo's metadata tells a really fascinating story. It was taken on December 4th, 2021 by an astronaut using a Nikon D5 camera, but with a powerful 400mm telephoto lens to get in close. Now, to frame this shot perfectly, the camera was tilted 37 degrees. And get this, that angle almost perfectly matched the sun's elevation. This is a masterclass in orbital photography.
So, beyond being an absolutely stunning picture, what does it actually reveal? I mean, what is the deeper scientific meaning that's locked inside this single frame?
To understand its scientific value, we need to know this one key term, moraines. In simple terms, they're just accumulations of rock and debris that get scraped up and carried along by a glacier. Think of it like a massive, slow-moving conveyor belt made of ice.
Okay, so let's look back at our main image, and you can see them clearly. Look at those dark, sprawling lines that look almost like veins spreading across the ice. Those are moraines. You are literally watching the geological plumbing of the Himalayas at work.
And as these immense glaciers slowly flow down to lower, warmer elevations, they melt, and they deposit all of that rock and debris. Geologists have a name for these deposits, glacial till. So this photo isn't just a static snapshot, it's capturing a single moment in a powerful geological story that unfolds over millennia.
Which kind of brings us to the big question, why take these photos in the first place? It's not just for the wow factor, this is critical scientific work. These near-nadir or almost straight-down images give us a totally unique perspective. Scientists use them to monitor glaciers, to better understand tectonic forces, and, here's the best part, to make this data freely available to the public. This is science for everyone.
So what does it all mean? This one photograph, captured from 419 kilometers up, holds a geological story that's millions of years in the making. It's a testament to both these immense planetary forces and our own human ingenuity. And it leaves us with one final thought. As we continue to look down upon our world from above, what new stories will it reveal?